where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the winners of three straight, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Texas A&M's offense will go to work first. And we've been really eager to see this matchup, this quarterback against an elite defense. Jesse, what does a quarterback have to keep in mind when you face a group like this?
Well, he's just going to have to be dialed in. He's had a lot of success this year so far. This is a different animal than this defense he's playing. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
Breaks into the open. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that first down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
Yeah, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second. And stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success in the offensive side.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Hauls it in, looking for space. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Using the quick game. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Finds his tight end. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. Boy, this just hasn't been their year. All of the aspirations starting the season in the top 5, but there's always someone that seems to bottom out against those big expectations.
No question, Reese. And what's so disappointing, especially looking at this team's offense, is they're just not making the plays. They've got the guys on paper that look like they could be All-Americans. They have guys that can change the course of games. And that's why coming into this season, they were given that top 5 ranking. But on the field, in games, they simply, for whatever reason, have not been able to get it done. And the lack of execution, to me, is a huge reason why they've fallen out of the top 25.
Yeah, they haven't handled the pressure. I mean, that's just the easiest way to say it. Because you just mentioned playmakers. They got them. They got guys that know how to play this game. That's why they were ranked in the top 5. They've got to... something going, and it has to start today.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Caught in the backfield, it's Carter. Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on fourth down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
Got it behind the line. It's Jordan. Turns it on in midfield. Bust through behind his pad. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
He's going to lose. On that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. With the catch, it's Jordan. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. The Aggies started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense... Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Then how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Here's the handoff. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bonanza? Communication is harder. But the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want your receiver quickly, but when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers, and you saw it there on the incompletion.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll leave it with him. Still on his feet at the 25. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time, they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
They'll try the left side. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Pocket breaking down. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Makes a nice grab at the 25. He's got great speed. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more.
Oh, he's got some space. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making the play.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target. Just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
And it's incomplete on third down.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner goes down. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Throws to the tight end. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. From the gun, give on the inside. At the 35, he's got room. Finally out of bounds at the 21-yard line after the big run.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. The big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
When you play the option and you play this responsibility football, sometimes your eyes can get lost. They didn't on that play. Nice job honing in, getting in there quickly, getting the quarterback to the ground.
Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Going for 6. Touchdown, Bama! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And the big fella runs right down the middle of the field, runs the post route. You could tell quarterback locked into him, throws it up high. The football, use his big body to kind of fend off the defenders and get in the end zone for 6.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Grab behind the line. It's Carter. There he goes. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
I think that time offensively, we're just trying to take what the defense is giving them, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit. Let's keep going.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Lost a throw on 1st down. Got his man. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to go up top.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Now from inside the red zone. Sets up the screen. Now the connection takes it to the 11. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. That brings them to within 1.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He's on the loose. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Gets it out fast. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. Smashes through the tackle. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown tie.
Now, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Tuscaloosa. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He'll try to really get into this one. Nestles it in at the 35. He only needs a sliver of daylight. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Caught in the backfield. It's Jordan. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Give to the running back. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Steps away. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
We talk a lot about this at quarterback, right? Hard focus downfield, soft focus around him. He wanted to throw that downfield. He just felt the pressure, and he knew he had to get out of danger. He was able to do that, use his speed, go get north up the field for a first down. Well done.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Trying to find the end zone. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fourth and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Aggies. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it up.
Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
Great move. Now he's got it. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack, and they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. The #1 job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And this one is perfect. They extend the lead to 5 here in the 3rd. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking for room. It's Carter. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy.
Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
The Aggies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. They'll run the screen. Nice move there. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed behind the line. It's Jordan. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So 1st down will open up the final period. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. That's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a 1st down at the 12. And the Aggies had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on 1st down.
Right on the money. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Nestled just inside that right upright. That slices the lead to 2.
And this offense obviously wanted to take the lead, but they chip into the lead a little bit. Now they're going to need their defense. Just give me another opportunity. They only need a field goal in the fourth quarter. Nice job cutting into that lead.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your...
There he goes! Quick step and go! And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody. Gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The play action fake. Heaves it on the run. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something.
Oh, look out. The ball's free. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Got a man. It's Dawkins. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Looking for a crease. It's Carter. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grab near the sticks. It's Jordan. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And the defense was locked in. You can tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
And the Aggies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Trying play action. Rushes on him. Got out of trouble and throws. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, giving their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Fires to the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the move. The quarterback has to protect himself, gets down with the slide. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Smashes it between the uprights. And with just over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Well, the offense and special teams did their job, right? Here late in the 4th quarter, they put themselves now in position to win this game. It all comes down to the defense. Can they deliver? If they get the stop, they win this game.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. Zings it complete to the right. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's a heat. He's going to take off.
And that's exactly what this defense is going to have to do late in this football game. They understand the situation. They're in the full 2-minute drill. They're playing pass, but understanding the quarterback can still run. Nice job playing pass, playing coverage first, protecting yourself, and then rallying to the football and getting the quarterback on the ground.
IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play, clock running. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on third down.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in, but defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win.